Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Brew Log. Tonight we're going to be talking about a beer from Skookum Brewery, a brewery that's actually pretty dang close and local to me. It's literally right up the road. That beer is actually called Caverns Barrel Aged Strong Ale. And I'll get into what a strong ale is a little bit later in this episode. But first off, we need to talk about Skookum Brewery. So this is their main webpage. You can see it's spelled Skookum, and their website is, I'll link it in the description below, but it is just skookumbrewery.com. So we'll pop over here about Skookum Brewery, and yeah, let's talk about Skookum Brewery. Skookum Brewery opened for the first time in January of 2007 on our farm in Arlington, Washington. After 5 years, we decided to move our business into town at our current location near the Arlington Municipal Airport. Brewing on a 10-barrel brew house, we produce 3 mainstay beers and about 100 plus or minus seasonal and specialty brews. We take pride in creating bold and exciting beers while proudly sourcing local premium ingredients to craft our ales and lagers for our tasting room. Our tasting room offers seating to over 100 patrons inside, located directly beside our brewery operation. During the warmer months, we also offer expansive outdoor seating. We currently have 16 taps, including everything from our core beers to varying seasonal and specialty delights. All our beers are brewed on-site and are offered locally in our tasting room before being distributed. Check out our beer menu, which we will in just a second here, or stop by to see what we currently have on tap. Well-behaved four-legged friends are always welcome at our 21 and over tasting room. And then down here at the bottom, they also have the hours of operation and then their address as well. So yeah, before we click on over to the beer menu that they have and we start talking about Caverns, Caverns is another one of the beers from the Cellar series that I'm doing. And if you watched the last episode that I dropped, I talked about what a cellared ale is now, or what a cellared beer is. Literally all a cellared beer is you're keeping the beer for an elongated period of time at a relatively controlled and low temperature, out of sunlight and stuff like that. So you're not really aging it, but it's kind of like aging it. It's exactly what it sounds like and exactly how I said it. You're just keeping the beer for longer. It brings out different flavor profiles. Sometimes it brings out different scent profiles. And yeah, it can completely change a beer that is really good off of, right off the production line to something that's maybe even better as it sits and as all of those ingredients mingle and get time to hang out. So, all right, let's pop back over and we will talk about... so this is their beer menu. So year round they have Murder of Crows, Amber's Hot Friend, Jackass IPA. They have their rotating tap, and I'll let you just kind of quickly read through that. And then we're going to get down here to the cans. And I have it highlighted here, but I'll take that highlight off so that it's not annoying. Caverns is a 11.8% barrel-aged strong ale. Imperial oak brown aged 13 months, barley wine stock aged 20 months, and a sprinkle of our old ale. So they don't go into a whole heck of a lot as to, what Caverns is, but they do kind of touch on different aspects and give you some light information there. Some of this stuff from breweries, they want to keep it proprietary or relatively secret because they're a brewery. Like, this is how they make their money. So why would you try and give all of your secrets away? All right, and then I went over to Beer Advocate just so that I could get a overview of what a strong ale is. So a strong ale American, a catch-all style category for beers from 7% alcohol by volume and above. Some may even be as high as 20% ABV, which 20% ABV is ridiculously high for a beer. As a result, color, aroma, and flavor characteristics will greatly vary. Some have similarities to barley wines and old ales. Barrel aging is certainly not out of the question. So, yeah, that all being said, so not only is this barrel aged, because on the can it does say it is barrel aged strong ale. So I have a feeling that this is going to be possibly sweet, dark, bold flavors, maybe close to a stout, but a stout or a porter that is been heightened by sweetness, if that makes sense. And so, and with this being cellared for, actually, I honestly, I don't know how long this has been cellared. I know it's been cellared for more than 6 months because I got it from my friend James, and he has a lot of beer. He's a great guy. He's one of the main contributors to the brew log in having beers to try and share with you all. So yeah, let me pour this into a glass here, and we will get to the review or the overview. So it is a very dark ale, but it poured pretty liquidy. Like, it didn't look like it was gonna be very sweet. If you look up there. So when I do that, I'm basically trying to see kinda if I can tell how much sugar is gonna be in this. With that much film being left on the glass, this might be a pretty sweet one. Nice, I wasn't slow in my pour, so I got a pretty good head on that. Oh yeah, this definitely, its aroma qualities have those very high sweetness aromas, typical of like something that you would get from a barley wine or a very, very high sweetened stout. So I'm getting caramel type sweetness to this, almost like a dark caramel. And I'm getting a little bit, it's very hard to tell, but I'm getting a little bit of almost a roasted smell. I can't really pull out whether that's the smell of barrel or if that's the smell of roast. I'm not sure. So unfortunately, my nose isn't doing justice in being able to tell my brain how to describe this. But it does have a very nice, sweet smell to it. So with that being said, I raise my glass and I cheers to the brew venture of finding new brews, to good friends and to easing the stresses of life away. Cheers, everyone. Let's give it a drink. Woo! That's a sweet one. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, right off the bat, what surprised me wasn't the sweetness. It was actually the thickness of the liquid. It was not nearly as heavy as, say, a porter or a stout that have a fair amount of sugar to it. Where this has a nice sugary tone to it. It also has a very complex barrel tone to it. So that woody char from the barrel kind of flavor profiles. It is very robust in dark flavors, not so much roasted flavors, but dark flavor profiles. So think of your typical kind of stout porter, those dark, robust kind of flavors that come out. That's kind of what this has, with the added sweetness, more leaning towards like a barley wine. It's kind of a brain tease because it doesn't have that thick viscosity that like a stout or a porter can have sometimes. It's pretty thin. It does very lightly coat your mouth, almost in I would almost say kind of like a silk sheet. It's there, but it's very, very light, and it's not over encumbering, getting in the way, anything like that. So yeah, that is a phenomenal brew. And yeah, again, so a lot of these beers I only get one of, or I'm gifted, like from James with this beer, I'm gifted one of the beers. So when they're really, really good, it's a treat, but it's almost sweet and sour at the same time. I enjoy it. I'm happy that I get to experience it, but at the same time, it saddens me that I only have one. And some of these beers you cannot get again. You just can't find them, unfortunately. So yeah, that's all I have to share with you guys. I'm glad that I was able to sit down and record a video. I've been quite busy, to be honest. I have school that I'm doing. I have a full-time job, and then I try and get out here to do these videos as my hobby, and to have fun and relax and enjoy and dive into knowledge of just different breweries, different beers, different beer styles, stuff like that. So yeah, I also wanted to note that I'm gonna be trying my hand at a live stream here in the hopefully near future, but I haven't quite hammered out all of the details on how to do that yet. So look forward to that, but don't look for a scheduled date. So with that being said, everybody, have a great night. Stay safe out there. Support your independent craft brewers, please. And I'll catch you guys for the next episode. Later.